It's me, I almost said it's me, Cynthia, or Azalea. And here's Marty. And this is our Greengirlstudio Magic Hour Wednesday edition.
He getting a
We
treat.
thought that we would have a little treat for Marty.
He is nice and big.
But here, face the camera so the friends can
show
see.
it here. There you go.
Yeah, there it is. So Azalea's going to aim the camera so everyone can get a good look at my son, Marty Balbun.
Honey.
Hello. We're going to continue on our necklace making, but first I thought I'd share what happens when he gets a licking lap.
A little churu.
A little churu. Oh, yes. And I see Debbie is already putting in the hashtag. The hashtag is for 2 items that we're going to share today as our giveaway. And the rules are that you have to be here at the end to get it.
You just have to comment the hashtag. And
Yeah,
be here
exactly.
At the end.
You cannot put in any spaces or... Okay, Marty. That's a good boy. He gets a little bit like, he's acting like he's never eaten before. Just fed him. So this is just a snack. Here, face the camera. He acts like he's never eaten before. But he has. He's just food motivated.
Clearly he has. Look how big he is.
He's a big boy.
You don't get 20 pounds on accident?
Well, I mean, I think he's 17 pounds. Anyway, here's the cat. Azalea, do this. Take over, because this is making my hands, what you call it?
Do you want me to move something?
Here, you can hold it for a second. I'm going to wash my hands because this is too much.
Fishy, stinky.
Fishy. He likes that flavor.
You can see I was holding him just a minute ago. I have a black shirt on and it's covered in his hair. That doesn't make any difference to me sometimes. I'll just grab him anyway. We're still a little bit sick, so sorry if you hear me snotching and hacking in the background just a little bit. It's gone. It's empty. Look at him doing the bite and drag to pull it out. He's really good. Hello.
Denied.
No, you don't give the loving after the snack. He's a little bit stingy.
He's so stingy with his loving. All right, son. That was good.
Leave him there. Just move the camera. Let him be in the show.
All right. So on Sunday, here, I'll just back up. On Sunday, we worked on this necklace. It looked good on my cat. See how pretty that looks? Perfect. He's my model and my muse. My sun, my moon, my star-filled sky. And even though I said that I was going to finish this, you can see that I did not. You can see that I put it off. And this is what I was doing, the modular necklace making. And Azalea, she put a few items, like kits that we had, on... I'm going to switch this camera around. Where's the beef? The beef, he's looking for the beef. I bribed him. I'm not above bribing that cat to be a good boy. Sit with me.
Oh, click the, on the messages in the comments, click send on that comment I have pasted. Because that's a link to the trunk show. I finally figured out how to move the products around however I liked on the trunk show page. And we're trying to clear out these trays of old kits so we can make some new kits. And so we have some small quantities of some of these that I've put on there, and we have discounted them for the last time. After this discount, we can't go down any farther, but those are all on the trunk show page at the very top, the 4 kits. I put them all first. So if you click on that link, you'll find them.
Hello, my friends. Hello, June. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Arlene. Caroline says, where the old Wendy's commercial, where's the beef? That's what Marty says. That's what he will say. Hello, Kathy. Hello, my friends. Carrie Arase. Hello. Hello. He is so cute. He's the love of my life. Hello, Nilda. Hello, Cecilia. Hello, Connie. Hello, Annie. Hello, Pat. Hello, Liz. Hello, Mary. Thank you all for joining us on this beautiful Wednesday. It was a good day today. Been a nice day. Yeah, he's a little bit of a chomp. He can't help it. He's just built that way. He's a big, this kind of cat is called a British Shorthair, made famous by Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland. So this is the type of cat. His coloration is called Golden Shadow. Or maybe the shadow is not in there. I'm thinking of the remember that crystal that we used to all love and enjoy. Remember those? Golden Shadow is my favorite color. Of the starts with an S, ends with an I. I think you're not supposed to say it. It's like Voldemort's name or something, or they'll come after you. It's like I'm not really sure. Hello, Karen. Hello, Anne. All right, let's get to it. He is a pretty cat. We don't get anything done because we're busy staring at this cat all day long. Looking at him, admiring him.
Kissing?
Yeah, that's about the size of it. He's like, this is where I should be. The highlight.
Spotlight and center of attention.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to maneuver. Show off what I've been doing. So here's how it goes with the hashtag. So when you see that, just put it in exactly as it is. And if you're not a customer, send an email. Send me an email at the top. You can see the email right at the top. So that way I know where to send it. Because otherwise, we don't have a place to send it. I know it sounds weird, but that's just, All right, I'm going to put this, I'm going to aim this downward dog. And oh, you know what? I wanted to show the studio. We've been working on it for the last, how many days have we been working on the studio? Seemed like a few days at least.
Yeah, it's been a couple days.
Since Monday. Monday we were working on it. So, we're going to list some of these. I have a few strands of this. I found this in a bag. We were organizing. I found the pink, and I found it in a small size. I usually have it, or I found it, let's see, in this size. There's a little bit different color. Oh, hello, Wendy. I'm glad you made it. Hello, Cherie. Hello, my friends. So these are the African seed beads. They're antique, made a long time ago. They don't make these anymore. So Azalea is going to put some of these on the website right after we're done. Let me show some of the kits that we put up on in the trunk show area that I just shared the link. Hello, Deborah. Okay, this one's an oldie but a goodie. This has been sitting in the store now, I don't know how long. We made this over the summer. Did you guys hear that big thump?
Yeah.
That was my boy.
Jumping. He is devious.
All right. Oh, thank you, Shrek. He is gorgeous. He's my darling. Hello, Cynthia. So these are pretty fun. This is a kit that is glass and they're glow in the dark. I believe most of these are glow in the dark, unless they're like this iridescent. They call these mermaid glass, where they have that dichro in the middle. Looks like dichro. I mean, that's a dichro glass. We just set up the glass table, and I got to fish out my dichro. Need to get some Windex and clean it. But that's a big job. It's such a big job that I put it off. So there's some of this. These are glow in the dark. And I bet if I hit them with that light, I bet they glow visibly. For like when you hit them with light, they'll glow a little bit. It's kind of cool. I don't know what my obsession is with glow in the dark sometimes, but it's kind of fun. I'm doing that to show off the glow power. And you can see they're already kind of glowy. So this one is in the store right now in the trunk show section. And Zoe put a discount on it. We sold almost, we had a bunch of them. We made like 30 or 40 or something, and we sold all but the last, how many would you say is left? 4 or 5?
Oh yeah, about 4 of each.
There's a lot in that. Look how they're already kind of, so when they get some sunlight, they get even more pastel neon. This one, I thought of Kira when I made this. It's
Yeah.
like that. This is kind of our friend Kira Boyd. She is a young artist in town that makes really pretty, cute laser cut. Look at this, is a particularly good one. Like the one side, it's weird. It's like blue on this side, and then when you flip it, it's like kind of a sunset orangey color. Pretty cool. Hello, Angela. Hello, my friend. So this is a fun kit. So this is one that's in there. It's a lot of beads. It's a good amount of beads in there. It's probably like 12 different kinds of beads. And this is probably my favorite kit that I've made in a while. I'm going to tuck that back in. Kind of blend it in. Kind of a smoky gray. This is the Mystic Mirage. This is the one we had from Tucson. This is a really beautiful specimen. I call it specimen because there are beads in this that previously I have never seen in bead form. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Like this. Look at this. Pretty. And they're not dyed. That's the natural color. None of these are dyed. This is all natural. There is gem grade. Look at this. This is kind of a red lepidolite. Lepidolite's usually like a purpley, like lavender color. And I found it in 2 colors that I don't usually see it in. First, this dark teal, and it has a beautiful shine to it. That cat's eye look when you get it right in the, I don't know how to describe it. When you turn it just right, you get that shine. And green quartz, this is also natural. It has like little floaties on the inside. Let me see if I can get closer and see that. They're really pretty. And what else is in here? So there's gem lepidolite. There is, yeah, check that out. Isn't that cool? A lot of these you don't usually see in rounds or pretty much in any type of bead. Because sometimes it's, it's just like anything with minerals. You get a certain, like you can get, like when you're in Tucson or in any gem market, they usually sell, like you can buy, I'll bring my specimens over. We cleaned up in the studio, so it's pretty easy to find things. So, like this is chrysocolla right here. This could be chopped down into make like, I don't know how many beads. Isn't that pretty? That's the natural color. I bought this with the intention of making pendants. But sometimes there'll only be a small amount of a stone. Whereas I found like this, grabbed a piece of this. This is lapis. Isn't that beautiful? It's really pretty. Oh, look at this sugilite. It's almost neon colored. Looks even better when they're wet. And this is how some of that lapis can grow in little nodules. So I bought this probably 20 years ago so that I could make paint out of it. I was going to grind it down, but I just didn't have the heart to do that. It's just so perfect the way it is. But anyway, a lot of these stones will be sold in small amounts. Like people will say, oh, well, maybe get a hank or two and see. A lot of them that are in this collection are in the 6-7 range of hardness, and it means it's like relatively hard. Something like, where'd it go? This is a sapphire crystal. Look at that pretty. This is almost a 10. It's a very hard stone to carve, very difficult to carve. And I planned on carving it, but I just thought it looked so pretty the way it was. Oh, hello, Tina. Hello, Pat. Hello, Kay. See more of my friends. Hello, Mary. Thank you for joining me. So this is a nice looking kit. There's only a few remaining. This would make great, like a beautiful treasure necklace, I would say. So there's, look at, you can see some of that subtle coloration. If you've been to Tucson, then you will probably recognize my inspiration. There are cactuses that have this color in the, like there'll be a beautiful muted magenta and kind of a frosty purple pink, which you can see in there. And then the undersides will be like a bluish greenish color. Found that kind of dreamy. Oh, and then this is kind of unusual. This stone, look at how it has, it's like black opal. It has these flashes of deep blue. It's really delightful. And in some places it has a, if you can see that. Really lovely. Anyway, I made myself a necklace with this right away. I didn't put a clasp on it. So this one's called Mystic Mirage. Okay, what else did I have, little daughter?
Did you show all the kits?
I showed two.
You have two more.
Which one is this one?
That is the rainforest kit.
Oh, so this is a rainforest. It's a pretty nice collection. Looks like there's malachite. It looks like chrysocolla.
I put that one together.
This is one that, yeah, this is one that Azalea did. Looks like there is some pewties. That's pewter, plated pewter. And are these little strawberry, are these in there? I don't know if that's in that.
Those little pink things?
Uh-huh. If I got put in the wrong way. It's really
I'll have
gorgeous.
to look at the list of the things on there, but I'm pretty sure.
Amazonite. There's a lot of good stuff in this one too. So if you're interested, now's the time. We discounted them. We're making room for the next wave of kits coming soon. So to make space, we've discounted a lot of these. And what's this one called?
Is that, I can't see it from here. Is it Sophie's Garden?
This one might be Sophie's Garden. This has a lot of sunstone. Oh, and euphorite. That's a fun one. Let me get my light again. Euphorite comes from Lake Michigan. You can see the euphorite has it goes that kind of bright orange. And this is called fuchsite. Let's see if you can see a little bit. The ruby, that's the chromium that's in it, will glow. So they're kind of, when you take the light away, they're a teal blue color. You can see that. I don't know if you can see that color. I need to put that other light in. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's showing it a little bit better. So you can see that really, I love that fuchsia. I never get tired of it. And there's the euphorite has these like pops of color. And there's some sunstone in this blend. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Sunstone, what else is in there? Small little rounds. I put a bunch of little rounds in that one. Or did you make this kit? You can see there's some peridot. There is quartz. There is Amazonite, that light blue. And then there is, what is this one? Oh, this is called orbicular jasper. And these are little bubbles. The bubbles are like a different color. They always make me think of a planet. I like it. Oh, and it looks like that. Yeah, this is pretty good quality. Like strawberry quartz. And oh no, that's what is that? That might be peach moonstone. Peach moonstone and this green jasper. And I see a comment. Sherry says, I believe that's Russian Amazonite. I have it and love it. What's the name of this one? Sunset Mirage. Sunset Mirage, Mystic Mirage was the one from Tucson, the most recent.
Yeah, it was Mystic Sunset Mirage.
Oh.
They call it right.
Yeah, all right, you got it right.
Yeah, that one's discounted too.
Yeah, they're all discounted. We're trying to make space. Making space for the next round. Yeah, I'm happy with how this one came out. These are perfect for making malas. All right, I showed those. Let's get down to business.
Oh yeah, drop the link one more time. Just go to the comment and then do the paste and send.
I don't see it now.
I'll show you how to do it.
It's gone now.
Well, it's because you sent it, I think.
Yeah, I did.
So now you have to click here, and then you can right click with the mouse and click paste, and then you click the send, and that'll send a link.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I forgot to show what the gift is today. So we had some of these, and I think they're a lot of fun to use. You could use it either as a clasp. I don't know how you would use it. I've used them as earrings. I've made a necklace where I've done multiples. The good thing about these, see all these little holes? They're kind of a pain. I'm not going to lie. They're kind of a pain to make. You got to bore out all those in the mold. So that's one thing. They remind me a little of lichen, how lichen is shaped. And they're pretty lightweight. So they make pretty good earrings. So we'll draw two. And we'll do that. I'll put that over here.
That happens at the end.
That happens at the end, folks. Right at the end. Right before we... Or a button. I've done that. Button. Earrings. Annie says, I see pendants or earrings. Yes. Perfect. Okay, let me get a little bit closer. Maybe not that close. All right, so this is, and just like that, my desk is a wreck again. It's like magic. Check out this piece of kyanite that I found. Isn't that pretty? Found that in a creek. And I found this in a creek. Found that in Franklin. Y'all probably know what this is. I haven't cut it because it's a perfect crystal. Wendy says you could pull beads or threads, all sorts of stuff, and make a pin. Yeah, there's so many things you could do. What do I do with it? Oh, here they are. So I'm going to put them right at the top so you can remember it. Right above the gift. Hashtag. No spaces, no capitals, just that so it'll show up. If you add anything extra, then you will be automatically...
It won't accept it.
It just won't do anything with it. All right, so this was the modular piece I was working on a couple days ago. And and I forgot. I found these. I made these up. I made these lots up. This is that sunstone I had in Tucson.
We got more listed of those too on the trunk show page. That sunstone that's pretty popular. It goes fast. Everybody seems to like it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so these, we updated that. These are really delightful. Very delightful. I'll put that over there. So, I don't know, did you update that?
Mm-hmm.
So that
They're
there's
on the
more.
trunk show page.
So that's on the trunk show page also, just so y'all know that's there. I'm going to use a little bit of it. Oh, I don't want it to be so. There. The light was too yellow. I'll turn it down to here. I got a new light. All right. Do we have these on the website? Did you put some of these, Azealia? Any of that
Those
left?
might be on there. Yeah.
So there
I
might be
listed
some
them.
more of
I don't
this.
know if there's still some.
I don't know if we have any more. This is some brass tube beads that look like they are flattened, so that they're kind of like a bugle, but faceted or hammered, I guess. I've been getting a lot of use out of these, and I think that would go well with this. I saw Caroline said, hey, it would be pretty to do some loops. And I thought, hey, that's actually pretty good thinking. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make some loops. This is from the kit. What is this kit called? The one with lepidolite? This is this
that's
kit.
Water Lily.
This is Water Lily. I can't remember that. So this is from Water Lily. I added this from my collection. It was from a previous kit. So that's this. Pink opal, yellow lepidolite, quartz, and all this tourmaline. There's quite a bit of tourmaline in this kit. So that's why it was not super cheap. It's because there was all that delicious tourmaline. I thought that some of these seed beads would work. Now, these look modern to me, but someone told me that they're old. And they're just glass. These guys are just glass. But they have a neat stripe. And I found these in Tucson. I have a guy that I know that has some more. If there's any interest, I can always call and get some more. All right. Let's see. All these little straw pieces. They use some kind of grass to string these. Kind of crazy. Wendy says that pink African glass beads would be gorgeous. I think they're really pretty. You know, the thing about these is none of them are the same. Like, check out, like this is part of that strand. I cut the strand in half and I took some off. And then some of them I bought had a smaller diameter. These I found in my collection and I've never, like, I forgot that I had them. I went to the show looking for some really small. These are really, really small. And you can see the soft, like, ballet pink. That's really, really cool. But, you know, they're not great for, I mean, there's a perfect time and place for these types of things. And unpin this bracelet that I made. So here's one of these bracelets using the African beads. See, it kind of gives you a wavy gravy line at the edge if you use them, because some of them are thick, some of them are thin, and they're not calibrated. These are, and that's why you have, these are my Yukis right here, and that's why you can see that's like a perfect, you know, that shift, it's all the same, and that's what you get with that. This, you get, they're a little bit different, so they're perfect for something like, if you're going to make a crochet necklace, perfect. And I've used them many times for that. So let's see what happens if I'm going to spread out here. I have a few of these that I kept myself. I kept a lot more than this, by the way, because I love it. I don't know if anyone else feels that way about sunstone, but Azealia was like, look, Mom, you have another several strands. Stop panicking.
And I had to dip in to string some more.
I know. Sometimes I don't want to say that I get greedy with my beads, but well, sometimes I get greedy with the beads. Every once in a while. This would be pretty like a loop too. So the fun part of these types of necklaces, I want this to be really long. And I was going to show how to do like another type of one singular strand without any kind of clasp. That was one idea that I had. And I thought, you know what, maybe I should finish one project before we start another one. That was just an idea. So we can do that one Carrie says, yeah, you have more Sunstone and Lily Kit. I thought sold out. Just ordered. Thank you. Azalea updated this because I found them. And she had to dip into my personal collection. They might have been, there's some that were kind of more clear, like some of them. And I was like so enamored with them. They have like this, it's like it's almost like a jelly with gold flecks floating in it. They are very juicy. Like they would be citrus flavored.
Oh yeah.
If this was like a gummy, I know. Yeah. Grapefruit, exactly.
Or those sugary. Remember when you used to get those jelly candies from me and Max, and they'd be like little cubes, but they'd be coated in that kind of like sugar.
Mm-hmm, the pâte de fruit from Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what that makes me think of.
Like, look at this with teal. I know, I love it. So I was going to do a necklace. I think the next one I'll do. This is more faceted, soft pastel. But the next necklace I want to do is more like saturated colors. And I'll show more of that when it comes to that time. Oh, hello, Robin. Hello, my friend. All right, so let's make some loops. I think loops that connect all of these. So one of the fun things is that not only, so what I did was I made little sections and I connected them to make loops. Now you could just make loops. I love this product. Y'all know I'm a diehard Softluxe fan. Azalea always laughs. She's just like,
But you like Beadalon too.
Yeah, I do. If any of you out there are like, what about Beadalon? Especially if you are one of my friends that are Beadalon reps. I also like Beadalon. I just prefer Softluxe. I know I'm not supposed to play favorites, but you guys get it. All right, I want to make. So, looking at this, I feel like I want to do. There's not as much yellow. There's only a few pops of the yellow to keep it in the frame. So this is going to be a long necklace because I want it to be where this is on the side, this section here. But I also I love a necklace that you can turn and have a different look depending on how you have it on your neck. So I don't want to make any one side too heavy, because if it's on the heavier side like this one stone's kind of heavy, so it's going to want to dip to the front. So that's one of the things you got to remember when you make something that's like this. It's supposed to be where you can flip it any which way on your neck. Keep in mind the weight of the stones, because that any heavy point, that's going to be the one that's always going to be in the front, because you know how gravity works. So if that's the case, I know this is heavy. I'm going to want to put something that's equally as heavy on another side, on the opposite side. All right. So with that said, I think I'm going to go in with some of these. I'm going to make a loop with some of these guys. But I think what I'll do is, in my mind, I'm trying to figure it out. And it's kind of like a puzzle. There's no set rule to this. So what I want to do is, I'm using mixed metals. I have gold from those flattened flowers that we did on Sunday. And I'm going to bring that color back around with this. It also calls to the golden lepidolite that's here. I don't have as much of this, but with the pink and the yellow, I think it'll sit nicely and almost give it a more rainbow kind of look. All right, I need a crimp. There we go.
And you found them immediately.
And I found them immediately. What do you know? I didn't have to dig. So, yeah, I do hate spending the time to organize, but you know what I did? I put on this YouTube channel. What's it called?
Midwest. Like they were cleaning houses that were hoarders.
No, they're not all hoarders. It's like ADHD and...
It was Midwest cleaning or something like that. And the dude was weird.
He's got that Midwestern sense of humor. All right, I put that head pin on, or I mean the crimp. And I'm going to visually look at this and see. Put my glasses on. I'm looking at my collection. Maybe they can fit a corn in here. You guys remember I made a corn neck bead? Isn't that cute? I made that a while ago. So I might use the corn as a counterbalance, but actually I think it's heavier than this. This is silver. I have it in pewter too. And silver, this weighs a ton, so maybe I'll go hunt for one. Actually, bronze would be good. All right, so let's do this. Maybe I'll do some of these blue seed beads. Okay, so I found these as well. We'll put up the seed beads. Maybe a little cute loop would be sweet with that yellow. Maybe I'll do a strip of yellow. It goes like this. That kind of mirrors this shape here. And you don't have to, this is, as you can see, it's kind of like you kind of guide your own, or like a choose your own adventure. So there's no set rules, except the one I just mentioned with not making it too heavy. Oh, the corn is not on there? Pat says, I still want to buy the pewter corn. Azalea, can you list it? I didn't even know it was not on there.
It was on there. I remember filling orders with that corn, but I guess something happened. I'll have to ask Dad about that. I don't know what's been going on lately. I know I don't just turn off listings for no reason, but I've been going on there lately and seeing people ask about them, and then I go look, like it's on there, and then I go look, and it's been drafted. Like, what?
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Well,
And then Dad's like, I don't mess with anything on the website. So I'm like, okay, well, then who did it? Did I just do it in my sleep?
Well, maybe you just didn't list it.
Well, the listing will be there. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah.
That corn is a fun one. It's fun to paint. I've painted several, and I sold them at the Big Crafty. All right, so there's a little bend in this Softlex. So if you do have a bend, one of the things I like about Softlex is that you could just go like this. And then, look at that. It's like it didn't even happen. Not to be praising Softlex too much. All right, that looks good. It's a nice little loop. But what if I did a full loop? Let's do a full loop and see what happens, just to be different. Just to see what happens. That's the fun thing of making like this. It kind of reminds me of when we do those design challenges in Tucson, where they are like, okay, go. Here's the kit. You have 1 hour. And it's like a cooking show. That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's like, you just want to make something fun. You just make what you're drawn to.
If we did it, it would be like Chopped.
It would be like Chopped. Now, if you forget to link it and you just make the rounds, it can be just like chain, And by what I mean is that you can make, if you've ever made handmade chain, a lot of times you will make all closed loops. Like you'll make the loop and then you make a big pile of closed loops. And then when you're done with the closed loops, then you can go on with the open loops and connect them all.
I do that.
Yeah, so that's one way you can think of it. If you accidentally close it before you've attached it, it's no big deal. All right, so I'm just going to close this up and see what happens. And I'm not making this any particular size. Okay, I'm going to maybe add a couple more. We'll see what it looks like. And if it doesn't look that great, I can always, not use it. That's the other thing, is it could be good for another project. I have several containers of these little modular pieces. I think I put them in my travel kit in the garage for some reason. And then I was looking around for it. I couldn't find it. So that's one of the things that can happen when you have a lot of stuff. I'm going to cut this. All right, please don't drop it. I'm telling that to my own self. Because sometimes I drop them. And I've tucked them into either side. So I made that little loop. This. And I'm going to concentrate and not flatten that too aggressively. Of course, I made a space. I don't love that story, and it's too late to change. Look at that, like I made it gappy. Ugh. Why did I do that? I could always redo it if necessary, but, you know, I might be able to hide it with a, what you call it? A crimp cover. Sometimes you can do that. You can hide your mistakes with crimp covers. And no one even needs to know what happened. So what I'm talking about are, and guess what? I can find it because I know exactly where they are. Because I straightened all this stuff up the other day. By the other day, I mean last night. These are crimp covers, and you could tuck those in. Or there's another thing that can be good, and that is doing a messy wrap around it, and it looks like a little bird's nest. So there's one of the little loops. We'll put that here so we can connect it for the chain. And see the shape? It kind of imitates this kind of shape here. So that I feel like is a good thing. All right, let's see. What other loops should I make? I could make a bunch of loops and just connect them. Like this side could be the loop side. Then there's no rules. This music is space station music. If you're curious, you're like in the background. I have that kind of. You're like, what is that? It's a space station music. And that was Marty. So petting him, and he said, "No, don't touch my fur."
He cries too much. He's just so sensitive.
All right, I think I'll do one more loop. I don't know if I love that color. It's a little, I don't know if it goes. I think it's a little too chromatic. If I do, like this is a very subtle palette right now. Sometimes if you add a very saturated color, it can be almost too, like it draws your eye too much. So I would say use it like salt and pepper, like a little bit, you know, like you don't want to go too wild with it. Yeah, I love the way that looks. So I think I'll make one more. A silver one would be nice. But I want to do a section, a modular section right here. And maybe bring back some of this kind of soft pink. So I'll put some of this soft pink in. To go with that pink opal. So this is some really nice pink opal. It's not all of it. It's not all like soft, too soft where you can't really tell what it is. Sometimes pink opal can be so soft that it looks like, excuse me, like rose quartz a little bit. Maybe I'll do one section that's like this. Maybe it's, I have some of these brass beads that are a different shape. You can put seed beads between the brass bugles. Oh, that's a pretty idea. I'll do that one next. I like that idea because then you get a little bit of a pop of color. Yeah, there's always potential. Maybe I'll do that now, and I'll make another closed loop, a smaller closed loop, and we'll do exactly what you just said, because that sounds like a good idea. So I'm going to put, these are little flattened, they're like squares, but they're brass. And I'm going to, maybe I'll do, these are a little bit big. What are those smaller ones? And you know what's funny is on some of these, look at this. This is the same strand of these blue beads, but I don't know if you can tell, but they're a little bit different. Like this is a little bit different color than the ones further down, like the same strand. Look. I don't know if you can see that or if it shows up on the screen. That's the kind of, I love that, but if you want something that's kind of calibrated, those maybe are not for you. So just keep that in mind. If you get some of these strands, there's going to be variation. I think these would be good. I'll cut that. Yeah, these are really pretty color. These they're like an opal kind of color. They're pretty small, but what I like about them is that they have a great big hole. So and that will give me kind of a checkerboard look too. Black and white on this would be really pretty. It would give it kind of a circus tent feel. We did not have the circus this year because of Halloween. That was horrendous.
Yeah, that was sad. I missed it.
I was not happy myself. Because we go to, there's a circus that comes to town, and there's no animals. It's all humans performing their tricks.
And they're all very talented or skilled.
Very skilled. I mean, you can't even believe what some of these people can do, like how they can balance.
Backflips and spinning around on ropes and whatnot. Very cool.
So look at how that looks. I don't know if you can see it. That's too soft of a color. It's pretty nice. Oh, some of these I think are on the website.
Have you seen the pan pastels?
Last time I used them, I think they are downstairs because I was using them in the molds.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to use this side. It's a little more crayons. They're, if you look at the color difference, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to use the more transparent. This side, it's a little softer color. These are more saturated. They're pretty neon. They're really delicious, but I don't know if the other ones go with that vibe. Excuse me. Yes, Caroline, yes, I'm using Softlex. But you could use whatever kind of cord that you have. And I just switched to blue. I changed the color palette a little bit in the same loop. We'll see how it looks. It might give us a pop of texture that is unexpected. And I'm going to do this I'm going to make a couple closed loops. This is just like if you've ever made a chain. Like if you've ever, made popped out that jump ringer and made chain. You make a pile of closed loops, and then you come in and make a pile of open loops, and then you connect them. Okay, so that's what I have so far. I think the brass looks good. I think it looks really good. Liz asks, is the circus from Europe? No, it's pretty cool. It's from Venardo is the name of the circus. So if you ever see a thing from it, I think you should go if you have the opportunity, because it's a really fun family type oriented show. And it's pretty cool. They have people from all over the world that do like hula hoop tricks. I mean, it's pretty amazing. They have clowns, but the clowns, thank goodness, do not paint their face to look like a clown. I don't like that story when they have the clown makeup.
It was really cute.
Mm-hmm. So that's not big enough. I want it to be a little bit bigger. Oh my, can you believe it's already been 51 minutes? I usually try to keep our show to about an hour. So I want to connect these. And the good thing is it doesn't take long. I'm just using really small beads, so it can be more time consuming, of course. Oh, Wendy says not this website.
For what?
For the little brass beads. If there's any interest, the next time I can get more. Sometimes you have to hand pick it. I'll go to a show. There's a show that I'd like to go to in Michigan. I was going to go and visit my friend Kinga and go hunt for Petoskey stones on Lake Michigan. I thought that might be fun. And maybe bring my bike.
It sounds like a good time.
Yeah. And I'll make a wish list. You never know. Some of the African traders, they go to all over. I think I'll switch back to the pink. That's what I have. That's the size of my loop so far. I think that's a pretty good size. And what I can do is hook it up on, see, you just need one. I can hook it to this one, or I can hook it to this side. On either side. To extend my necklace. And this is a good one if you're traveling, because then you can just do sections. Arlene says yes to the brass beads. And Wendy says, no, didn't you use the little silver ones on that froggy necklace on this last Sundance? Oh, you're talking about, oh, I see. If you want some of those are Thai. Those I will have to call my friend that lives in Thailand. When we went to Tucson this year, I kind of expected to find them very easily. And I don't know what was up, but the folks from Thailand just did not have the hanks of them. Usually it's like hank after hank, but beads are kind of like fashion, unfortunately. I mean, I say unfortunately, but that's just the way it goes. I mean, not everything's always available. Even though I think, oh, I'll just be able to get that again. Sometimes it's not the case. And, I don't love that story. Sometimes you want things to always be readily available. Maybe I'll change it up and add some of these big ones. Is that too weird? Maybe too weird. Let me try it. Let's just see what happens.
I'm making some pretty flowers right now.
Does anyone have interest in watching Azalea make paper flowers? Is that something that anyone would be interested in seeing? Hey, that looks pretty good. It's not subtle.
It's fine.
Because we could do that as a live. Excuse me. I'm not hacking it up as much as I was, thankfully, because that was no fun. But I am getting over it, so then y'all don't have to listen to me all raspy and sounding like I drink whiskey for breakfast.
Not for breakfast.
Well, you know what I mean. Sometimes they call that whiskey voice. I believe they call it that. So I think that's long enough. And I could link those two together, or I could do a section and have this one link out. Elvira says paper flowers would be fun. Wendy says, well, hey, summer weddings are coming up, Azalea. Cecilia says yes. So that could be one of our next lives, is a paper flower.
Yeah, I've been making them for years.
She's made them for years. You probably noticed this garland that's behind me.
You could always show it.
I don't want to damage it. That's why I kind of left it alone.
They're not really easily damaged.
Well, you know what? The ones I've made in the past were very easily damaged.
Mine are sturdy. Those have been sitting there getting rattled around, pushed up against by that mannequin. I'm making 4 at once right now.
Whoa. Oh! I pulled it too aggressively. Don't be like me. Some of them fell off because I pulled and I was not prepared.
These are the ones I'm making right now.
Okay, show it. Pat says yes to the flowers. Liz says yes to the flowers.
This is just crepe paper. I haven't finished the bottom yet. I have to go and wrap it up with the tape and have the little I can't remember what it's called, but it has the part that's like the little spiky leaves at the bottom of the flower.
What kind of flower is it?
This one, I don't know. I'm just making it up.
Oh,
I put those little thingies in the middle, and then I used a long strip of crepe paper and I stretched it out and I folded it a bunch of times and cut it, and then wrapped it and made the little frills, and then I made some little
when we go out of the downward dog position, we can show. So I'm gonna just cut this because it's getting hard to control.
These are the first ones I've made in like a year and a half.
Yeah, good job.
Just little basic, simple ones to bulk up the wreath behind you.
Perfect. And I'm going to tighten. Oh, wait. I almost did the thing that I was saying, hey, it's no big deal, but I'm going to try and connect it here. I could also connect, and here's the other thing. You can connect other links and chain and leather. I think that looks pretty good. All right. This is the tricky part, is not dropping. So brace your arms against the table when you're doing this part. I locked in so that this doesn't just fly off into the table. And I'm feeding it through some of the beads on here. They have a nice wide hole. That's one of the things I love about these antique seed beads, is they can accommodate several passes. So I'm going to come through on this side so it's not so difficult. Sometimes it can be challenging to bend it. You can just trim it later. All right. And I'm going to clip this with this to hold it steady. Keep it tight. Wendy says they get big bucks for flowers like that on Amazon Etsy for hats and wedding items. Oh. You know, I saw a gal at the Big Crafty that was selling them. I don't know if she did well with it or not, but they looked cool. All right, making sure. Oh, don't drop it. I did drop it. Thank goodness I had that side. I have to go in. Where's the end? Shoot. There it is. This is a little finicky. I don't love this part. Really, I need something to hold the one side, because this side's held and it gets loose. So then I don't like it when it's like a loose tooth. So usually on these, I have a little bit of cleanup to do at the end with, like, I don't know what you call it, like little wire wraps. Okay, flatten, or it's actually kind of like folding, so it's not like flattened. And then I'm going to turn it into a tube. Come on. I either do it perfectly or I butcher it. That's always the way it is with crimping. All right, let's see how this looks. I don't like this. I don't like when there's those little, I'll go in there and really cut those because I hate them because they're like a thorn. Make sure you get it because it's metal in there. So I'm going to feed this one through a few more of these beads. Okay. Trim. Oh, Wendy says, I was making Mardi Gras hats last year and was shocked at how much some were getting, especially the felted flowers. We make felted flowers as well. Those are fun to make. But I will say that probably the reason for that is that they're time consuming. I told Azar, I said, I don't know if I could ever sell the ones I've made just because it takes flipping long to make this stuff. So, all right, so here's what I made. 2 loops in that time, y'all. Isn't that impressive in that 1 hour? I know, contain your shock. But I never claimed to be very speedy at making, at stringing.
Okay.
And the reason being is it's fiddly. It's fiddly to do. All right, check that out. So these are just the closed loops. Let's take a look. So this is 2 sides. One is blue, one is pink, and it'll rotate on there. They're not connected. Or I mean, they're connected, but and this one's a little loose. You can't really tell. It's a little bit loose. But I think once the other things are on there, you won't notice that that's happening. And if it does bug you, you can go in with a crimp, or like a crimp cover or a little piece of wire wrapping done in a little bird's nest type situation could be cool. There's all kinds of ways you could treat that. Now I'm going to hunt for a bead that will perfectly align. One thing that I've done in the past, another thing that you can do, is you can fill the middles. You could get in there. And that's kind of fun, like connecting through here. It's pretty cool. And the way you do that is you would connect to this point, and you could connect right through here like this. Like that. You see what I mean? So that happens. You would just do it after the effect. All right, so it's at the 1 hour mark. What I'm going to do now, let's go draw some stuff. How about y'all hashtag it one more time, just in case this didn't collect as many names. Let me check it and see. Let me look at the giveaway and see how many it collected. Okay, so it collected 40. So if you guys want to really go in there and hit gift real fast, just so we can up those, we can make sure everybody is in there. I see like 50 or so people. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy says, lovely necklace. It's looking good. I like it. I especially loved Caroline's idea of just doing loops. I think that looks really pretty. And I think I'll continue with that. I think it'll look good. All right, little daughter, let's do this. I don't know how to I don't know how to do the double screen.
Okay.
So for me, this is too short. I don't like too short of a necklace. Yeah, doesn't it? Diane says, love the loops. I think it looks good. But I think, it could be, I want it to be longer. Oh, yes. Thank you, Karen. Yes, please. Y'all don't forget to like the demo. And if you are feeling generous, y'all can share it even or tell your friends. That helps us continue to do this. It's kind of amazing.
All right, you guys, are you ready? So for the first one,
let's do
the filigree cloud, I believe it's called, for the first winner. So go ahead, if you get it, go ahead and comment for us so we know that you're here. Sandy!
Sandy, if you're here,
Graves.
if you're here,
Where's
let us
my
know.
phone? We'll see if she comments.
Sandy says, I'm here. So if you've not, if you're in our customer bank, I believe you are.
If you've never bought from us before, just send one of us an email so I can make you a customer account so I can send this to you.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Let's do the next one.
All right, so for the filigree heart.
This one.
I like that one.
I know, I've used this many times. This makes good earrings too.
Julie!
Congratulations.
I know you, Julie.
Freebie.
The little filigree heart comment if you're here, Julie.
For joining us today, my friends.
I can stop sharing and flip the camera now if you're ready. Or we'll just give her a little bit longer.
Yeah, a few moments.
I'm almost done with 4 flowers at once. They're very fun to make. I can feel the addiction coming back. I have not seen a comment from Julie yet.
I saw Julie comment earlier, but I don't know if she's still with us.
Well, should we draw a moment? Well, we could give her a little longer. Still nothing from Julie. Well, maybe we have to redraw if she's not in here. We gotta play by the rules for people.
We're waiting awkwardly.
I know.
It always feels strange. This is when it doesn't happen right away. I feel so nerve-wracked.
I know. We'll just have to draw again. All right, you guys, everybody lock in. We have to draw again because I don't think Julie is here, but that's all right. Something probably came up. So for the filigree heart, that's this one. Julie Peterson. 2 Julies in a row. Comment if you're here, Julie Peterson.
Oh,
yeah. Marty. Oh, I'm glad we could cheer you up, Wendy. That's nice. Is he still here? Yeah, he's lounging over here. He's chilling in my chair that he likes to take over.
We're awkwardly waiting.
Smiling at the camera, waiting for,
I know.
I know,
kind of awkward. Trying to keep it real.
Waiting. Trying to give everybody a chance.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Well, we could always, yeah. I was going to say we could always flip it and show some of the flowers.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll flip it right now. Well, we spun and we got Julie Peterson. So if she comments, we'll see that. Let's go ahead and flip the camera because we can't. There's only so long we can wait. It's a little awkward after a minute. Let's flip it. Now we can show. I'm excited to show off my flowers because I haven't even looked at them myself in a long time.
There's azaleas.
My pride and joy. I've been trying to fill it up for. I started making these a few years ago, and there's some spider webs collected on some of them. I've made lots of roses. This is my best work right here. This giant pink and white one right there. It's like an English rose. That one took forever, and that's one of my favorites. I've made these daffodils. I've made, this is another rose, but it's orange and yellow. I got ranunculus, a black and red daffodil. I got marigold, chocolate cosmos. I'm trying to fill it up. See how there's some gaps? If I can fill it up, I think I can cut one end and then hang it up again, like on the corner of the wall up here so everybody can see it. And it'll be a little, border.
Yeah, show this one here. This is, it looks like a good
You can
one.
take it.
I like the ones, that one with the, do you see that one?
Oh, does it have an eye? There was one on here that has an eyeball, I think.
See that one? This is one of my favorites, is this one right here, isn't it? It's kind of like a cornflower. And then here's one. Some of them have, we bought from an estate sale a whole package of these stamens. I don't know if you can see that. But they're really old. they don't really make them anymore for some reason. Must be labor intensive. So,
Oh, Caroline wants to know what type of paper. It's called crepe paper. CREPE. It's like tissue paper that they've creped up super tight so it becomes stretchy, and it allows you to stretch out and curve the petals so that they look more natural. I also use alcohol inks, and pan pastels are great. Like that big white one that I showed, my big old English rose. That one I use just plain white crepe paper and pan pastels. And I can show this sometime, but you can also make them look a little bit wilty or a little bit more organic if you spray them with water. Because then they kind of wrinkle up a little bit and then they dry and they look a little bit more faded. I don't know, but I like doing that. And then hot glue.
yeah.
I could show how I make them. They're pretty easy. There's some of them. The only ones that are kind of hard to make are the ones that have like 150 petals to cut out.
Yeah, some of them can be
like a carnation
time-consuming.
And the giant roses you have to cut out. Like it'll give you a few different pattern pieces, and it'll be like 50 of these. You know, it takes a while.
The paper can be tricky to find. I ordered the paper because it's not normal tissue paper. It's a special kind of crepe paper. It's not. You can make paper from, or you can make the flowers from different kinds of paper. But if you get the right kind of paper, it's like a world of difference. It's like night and day with shaping, and you could use different tools, like these rounding tools to make the petals more like
but like using one of those tools that has like a 10 millimeter metal ball at the end, and then you can also use a foam pad, and if you lay your petals down on the foam pad and then roll the ball over it into the foam, it makes a perfect cup shape for your petals.
I was
going to show the sun?
I was going to flip it. I was going to try and flip. I can't remember how to flip this camera around. I'm like pushing it. I'm like, how do I flip this camera?
You're making cute sounds.
He's a good cat. He's tired.
Yeah, it comes in rolls. I have many times asked for crepe paper for my birthday.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that was one of the things as I was like, can I get some fresh new colors? And we actually, if you're familiar with the store Paper Source, they have a good selection. There was a store in Berkeley called Castles in the Sky, I think it was called, and they had some really beautiful, like gradated, from like purple to like a soft pink. So you could, when you cut the paper, it already, it was like the flowers practically done. It was a lot of fun to make them. So, maybe that's something we're going to do. Maybe our next live. What's today? Oh, Wednesday.
I can show this book next time. This is a book my mom got me for paper flower making. They're pretty fancy and amazing. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the book, she shows
a resource.
Yeah, like where she gets her paper. And it's not expensive because it's just tissue paper. No, it's not expensive. Unless you want to get like this fancy stuff from Japan. But I don't need that because I can make it out of regular tissue paper.
The stuff that I ordered for Azalea was like, it was not a cheap date. It was some good high quality paper.
Oh, that's nice of you.
And, but when you think of how much enjoyment you get from it and how the paper,
it lasts a long time too.
Did you make that? I don't even know. You were probably 15 when you made that. So
it lasts because you don't have to use that much of it to make a flower unless you're making a bunch of huge ones.
There's a gal I follow on Instagram that makes paper flowers. No joke. They're massive. They're like the size. They're like triple the size of my head easily. And they look cool. That you just, it's like, if you can imagine like a dahlia, like this big. They I think that book has them where you can make a huge one.
At the very, very end, they show you how to make big ones for like crowns and wedding stuff. Mm-hmm. Okay, here are the sources. So,
Castle in the Air.
Yeah, Castle in the Air. Cartafini for fine Italian papers.
Yeah, I got you some of that.
Mr. Art. Paper
and
Mart.
I did get you some from this. I ordered it from Germany.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, when I get into a craft, I sometimes what's it like? What Ron Swanson says? Don't hold. Azalea's going to show it. Show that
we can.
poster.
I don't know if we can say it, but we can show it.
We can show it. We might not be able to say it, but if anybody watched Parks and Rec,
that was such a good show.
Mm-hmm. And then we frame this phrase.
Yeah, that's got to go in the studio somewhere.
In the studio for sure. What was that Rockin' Gem book? Yeah, I'll drop the link, or you can text me and I'll take a picture of it for you later today.
He just get comfortable. This cat must be
He's
sleepy
tired.
because I put
All right,
him down,
my
he
friends.
instantly goes to sleep.
We will see you on Sunday. So probably some paper flower making I see in the future. Probably. All right, friends. Have a good rest of your week and stay creative. We love you out there.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.